everyone? My name is Tim, and welcome to another stream. Yes, I'm here once again, and I know there's a confusion about the whole thing. I thought someone was coming, but I guess they're not. But I could have assumed, so that's on me for that part. So that's why I said possible guest. I had to change it and stuff. So it's just me today, which is always a good time. I mean, I know I'm not the cream of the crop because you have to be superly entertaining and talk about thousands of different things and all this stuff. But I digress. I'm here. I'm square. We're gonna have a good time, regardless, or talk about silly things or whatever. It's all about what we're gonna do. All right, just hold on. I gotta. Oh, can't do. I gotta check to make sure I'm alive. There we go. Make that. There we go. Anyway, so I during this whole thing, I have to make sure because again, like I said, the other because I stream to Rumble and YouTube, uh, YouTube doesn't have it a waiting in the the creator section where it's like upcoming or whatever. So it's like, well, let's just start when I start, which isn't helpful, but I digress. It is what it is. So, but anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. I just got done with a party for a very child, a very little child, obviously. But you, when you start thinking about, when you had a birthday party or whatever as a little kid, probably just remember having fun or not remember anything at all. And then you see pictures of you smashing your face to a cake, just wanting to eat it all, and you're like, uh, hmm, that was messy. But once you get older, unless it's your kid, right? If it's a nephew or the child in question is a foster kid, so it's a bit of different circumstances, a bit, but you always get the if you're not helping out with something, whatever, it kind of feels like a sort of uh, menial, maybe boring, but menial because um, well, at least for me personally, it sort of feels like it's just the kids' party, right? The parents, sure, whatever, but you're just there because you know the people, and it's just kind of like a bunch of kids screaming and all this stuff. They play with each other, obviously, but you're kind of like, oh, was this what it was like when I was young? Because I don't remember. It's too far gone for like a first birthday, whatever. Goodness. But yeah, it does feel like it kind of like all the adults just get there for the kid, uh, because a friend of the family or whatever, or friends to the parents. But after a point, it feels like you're just there for the kid, not really doing anything. And it's not bad mouthing the kid or whether it's just sort of like the the feel of it is kind of a bit of an energy drain because you're sort of like, well, what am I gonna do? Pin the tail on a donkey? There's not even that there. So, um, but yeah, it's one of those things where you sort of feel like, uh, should I even be here at all? I mean, I'm just here to for the for the family, kid. And like I said, oops, I gotta spell that right. I don't know how to spell. Now we do. Anyway. I did not have for that for that split second. He was talking as if he had a microphone, and then there was none. Ooh. I should have been. I wonder what happened if I just did that the whole thing and just like, and people are just like, what is he saying? I don't know what he's saying. but uh, but yeah, for birthday parties, when you get older, it feels like birthday parties are more personal. You can go out and celebrate them how you want, um, and do in that manner. Uh, I'm gonna have to edit it later, just because I can. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it feels like a bit of like, so. But that's just me. I know there are a lot of people that have differences or whatever, but you can't always assume that everyone's gonna act the same for a birthday party, because I'm pretty sure like a lot of uh, a lot of parents are just like, I just want this to be over with. And the thing for me too is like kids parties could go on forever, because the kids are laughing and playing. Well, not forever. Sorry, they can't not forever, but like a period of time that's um, the period of time that just feels too long, you know. Um, and then it's just I don't know. Not every parent's gonna act the same, but I'm pretty sure it's like we just want to go home, whatever. But yeah, it was all right. The cake and stuff. There was the food, obviously. Um, but yeah, it's a very different feeling when it's a foster. Not me. I'm not fostering. I have a sibling who's fostering, but for someone else to in your family to foster, it does have a bit of a feeling to it where you're just like you're not sure what the length of time will be or if they'll stay long because um, you never know, right? If you're a foster parent, the kid could be taken away, given to another foster care. Could someone else could adopt them? It's a conjunction thing. It doesn't mean I dislike the child or whatever. It's just that strangers feel like strangers, right? And it takes time for it to get there. But you also worry that if you take too much time, um, if too much time is spent together, and then all of a sudden they're just kind of out of your life, sort of a sad feeling in a sense. It's sort of like you're hesitant to get close, you know. But that's just me. That's just my viewpoint of it. Um, but yeah, it's and then I went and had a breakfast with family, which I don't usually eat breakfast in the morning. It's usually just like a Honey Crisp apple and I'm done. That's not really breakfast. It's more like a snack. But those, if you've ever seen a Honey Crisp, those things are like they could either be like not golf ball, maybe tennis ball size to like just almost melon size. Well, I don't want to say that because that could be um yeah, that could be wrong. So but yeah, they're hand size enough that they're okay. But I love Honey Crisp. I love Honey Crisp apples because chef's kiss. There are wide variety of different apples. The thing of it is that the apples, some apples are great and some apples are sort of like meh. Like I think the new one is Cosmic Crisp. Same great crisp taste. It's just a little more sugary, right? Almost tastes like table table sugar rather than just like a honeyish sweet taste. Good. I've tried Envy. I've tried Fuji. Fuji's all right. Gala's all right. But man, nothing compares to a Honey Crisp. Expensive, but delish. So, ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I went to a kid's birthday party and I felt like like they were having more fun than I was. So, and again, you're not there for yourself. You're there for a child having a birthday. So, but yeah, and uh, yeah, I should state, I think it did, but I should state that the guessing was a maybe. I thought setting a time ahead They said they get back to me. They didn't get back to me, so it's me. It's on me. Um, so I'm hoping next week, however, I will have two guests. Uh, One I need to get a confirmation on, just to make sure, and then two is showing. One's a Tuesday and one's a Thursday, right? And yeah, it should be interesting. And like I said to time and time again, I'll say it time and time again. If you want to have a chat conversation, you can DM me my fan account at Vermouth on Twitter X. You can leave a comment or reply in the YouTube or Rumble comments. Whatever it is. I have a Discord under the same name, Darachat. So look for my name, Darachat, in Discord, and maybe we can get started. It just depends on you. So I digress. Uh, I do this for the conversations with others, obviously, because everyone has a different view upon the world, as do I from them. And it's always nice to get their perspective on just about anything, even though I could be limited in the stuff I talk about. But I try, guys. I really do. I'm not going to get like, uh, what was it, that one song, Fame, I'm going to live it forever sort of thing. If I put enough videos out there, I may. The AI will take me over. Um, but no, right now I don't know how many videos I have. Give me one sec. I'm gonna go and see how many. I got that. I'm gonna see how many videos I have. Uh, I have five. Five. No, that's 5 pages. Sorry. And if 5 pages consist of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 pages of 5 is 25, I think. I don't know. My YouTube, what is it? My YouTube says I have 80 videos, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna go over my stuff and try to figure out how many videos I have of something. So, but anyway, that's for another time. But yeah, I really like doing this. Um, I like having the ability to talk to others. Doesn't matter who they are, big or small. Uh, Other than the trollish type people, but I mean that's a given, right? Um, but yeah, it's just to get others on is a challenge in itself, especially if you're small, right? If you're small or not well known, people are just like, meh, whatever. But I do what I can. I do what I can. I talk to who I can. I interest in who I can, whether through here, uh, other, whatever. I do a lot of different things in order to get people on, and um, it's always going to be a struggle. But hey, I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to take that dull blade, and I'm just going to smooth it out. I'm just going to make it shine, and it's going to be cutting paper like you see in those commercials where just like you drop the paper on the blade and it just cuts in half. It's like that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. Is just this me being this dull blade sharpened over time, and then I am so sharp that even a feather falls onto it and splits in half. Oh man, that'd be too funny. But yeah, I think you just as a content creator you have to build up credibility, I guess viewership, and then I guess maybe trust because uh, to do something like this, like just to have conversations with other people out there, it doesn't matter if they're content creators, not content creators, this whole shebang of array of stuff all over. Um, you never know. You never know how it's gonna go, and you never know how to quite do it. Like I don't know how to quite do it. I'm some guy on the internet who just wants to talk to other people. Now talking to other people, I guess next to another person is sort of an interesting aspect, though. I don't feel like I'm very good at it. Maybe I'm semi-social. Um, you know, and not that it's a fully bad thing, but it's not a fully good thing either. And I just, I just, mm, I just feel, I just don't know. I don't know if there's something else I need to do. If there's some sporadic thumbnail I have to put up or whatever. And I just, and the funny thing is for the thumbnails, I just do like, I go to AI image generator and I just, I just type in a sentence and I do it like the last ones were bubbles. Sort of like the bubbles one. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I also like what I can just type in something and it just takes seconds to do rather than just hire somebody to draw them out or edit it. Because I'm not really, I don't know if it has to be uniform for each or if you need to see my beautiful face or whatever. But for me, it's sort of like I just want to put something there so it's not empty, and then people can come and click on the show, see what it's about. Like, oh look, it's about this, it's about that. Click, 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 click. Because I'm not a professional at this at all. At this point in time, if you hadn't called me out for being a noob, then you're way behind the times. But hey, guys, I like doing this for the conversations at hand. Now, me doing it by myself, it's always a bit of a different thing because who's gonna watch someone talk about themselves for an 30 minutes to an hour? Like I'm not that vain. I'm not that vain at all. Honestly, I'm not that vain at all. I have I okay. I won't say that I don't have a self image. I do have a self image about myself. You know, balding a little or whatever, and all this stuff. My teeth aren't that great. But the thing of it is it's more about um, the images. The self image is more about um, what draws in people, what draws out people. And that's the thing too about content creation. I guess is like what constitutes as good content creation for people to want to watch. I'm like, I don't know. That's the honest answer, guys. I don't know. I I just like being here, talking to you, and then whatever comes up comes up. And it's like I do kind of feel that bit of drag where you are trying to cover time. Like, oh, it's only 5 minutes. I gotta go for another 200. I'm not trying to cover 2 hours. I could. I don't. I don't think I could do 2 hours by myself. That's gonna be a lot, especially if it's just me conversing with myself. I don't. One day I'll have a lot of people in chat that can respond to talking about Bolshevik or whatever. Uh, but but again, it's just how you go about it. What do you want out of it? What do you want to become with it? And I feel like I could do a lot with it. Maybe I'll do gaming again. I don't know if Rumble Studios is up to the task, but it's worth a shot. You know. Uh, but for me, I just want to see where this goes. Will I become a millionaire? Probably not. But the point of the matter is, it's not the financial is a bonus. It's not the goal. Well, okay. The the financial part of this, for me at least, because some people you'll see content creators, right? I know I've talked about this before, but talking about it again. You'll see content creators out there, right? And they make this their full-time thing. Now, if you haven't got something else on the line, like a job or your money's working in the background or whatever, that's their full-time job, right? So, and that's a funny thing too, is like, why did you start doing content creation? Um, if you say it was for like a hobby, right, or show off a hobby, right? And there are some people who do videos like there's a Australian plumber who I follow on YouTube who just makes videos of his work, but his work is a thing. It's not his the making of the videos is not his job. His job is doing what his job is, and then he makes videos of him doing his job. I know, like, confusing, but I'm trying to explain as best as possible. But but then you have uh, there's another one I follow as well. He does he shoot he what's the term? He hooves uh, sheds hooves for cows. Like he, if something's wrong with them, whatever, he kind of takes care of them. And so that's their jobs, not the content creation itself, but the plumbing and the hoofing and whatever. And you have a lot of people who just make content creation alone their job, right? Where they talk about the news of the day, or they talk about the work conditions or something. Like there's some I talked to, or money thing, or whatever. There's this uh, thing that they do every day that's just, it's just a repetitiveness of just talking about what's of today, instead of like 10 years ago. What was 10 years ago? What happened 10 years ago? Was like 2014, right? 10 years ago was 2014. What was happening in 2014? I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up. But anyway, it's just, for me, other than games, if you're talking about the stuff of the day, yeah, it's good to have, I guess, their opinion on it. But at a certain point, it feels like it's just like, well, what else is new? The news is 24/7 to create something new in order for you not to be bored, because that's what we have is 24-hour news, and it's tiring to keep up with. It almost tires you out, just like, oh, that's happening again. Oh, great. So, but yeah, content creators are a bit like that to some degree, at least the ones who talk about the news of the day. And I've not got nothing against them. The grind is the grind, but it feels like you can't go out of that reach, out of those bounds, which is a weird thing for me to say, but it makes sense to a degree. So, but yeah, I like doing this. I like um, getting to say almost whatever. YouTube is very restrictive, um, but there's so much to grasp on. And sorry, I looked something up. What happened in 2014? There's so much to grasp on. Uh, the year of 2014. Oh, we'll go back 10 years. What was happening in 2014? Oh, it was the year of the. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta show you. Sorry. No, that's the invitation. I gotta. Your browser supports screen share, audio capture, window. No, I don't want that. Yes. So, the year of 2014 was considered as the year of the horse, and it's now the. Oh, dang it! I've got to show presentation. Hold on. There we go. Hey, look at that. It was the year of the horse. Ooh. But now it's the year of the dragon. So, oops. Oh yeah, my little ticker, my little ticker's in the way. Hold on. There, now you can see my beautiful face. That's right, people. You can see my beautiful face every day. Not every day. So, 2014. What happened? So it'd be like, uh, what happened? Oh no, that's not what happened in 2014. Ooh, Ebola. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder which one's not gonna get me canceled. uh, Probably should unshare it. Hold on. I want to look at something first before I. Ooh, okay. The Council on Foreign Relations. Okay, I gotta restore that again. I don't know if they'll disown me uh, for sharing your stuff, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the Malaysia Airlines flight 370 disappears. Okay, so I think I remember that. It just suddenly disappeared, and no one would know what happened. And they kept. I think that's what the whole thing with the like the spinning little three things around the airplane was. I think that may have that what that video was about, but I'm not sure. I don't remember too much about it other than it was like a obviously Malaysia, but it was a foreign airplane that disappeared. I just remember it happening. I don't think they ever found it. Scotland votes to remain part of the Union. Oh, I do remember that. I remember it was a big hustle because, of course, the UK was going into this sort of Brexit stage. I think that's what it was called, like Brexit. And so, uh, yeah, and so Scotland at a certain point wanted to either had the choice to leave or still remain part of the EU because that's part of the United Kingdom. Sorry, there's that whole thing with the EU, but I'll have to look that up for another time. But Scotland votes to remain part of the United Kingdom, which I mean makes sense because they're kind of connected. You know, like they're one big mass of dirt, rock, granite, possibly a bunch of animals. Um, what was that? 126 megabyte. Oh, wow, nice. Okay, I'm just looking at the megabytes. Eurozone economic Euro Euro. Okay, okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Eurozone economies falter again. Economies. I can't. I can't. Word. It's like saying aluminum, but they want you to say aluminium. So it's economies. That's too funny. That's too funny. I'm sorry. I gotta have fun with my mistakes. Okay. Okay. So what does it say for number 8? It says Eurozone economies falter again. Things aren't looking great for the Eurozone, which I'm guessing means the Europe side. High employment, youth unemployment, stimulus plan. I'm guessing this is sort of like the uh, group, Euro group thing, whatever they call it. I don't know. Don't look at me. I don't know. I didn't hear about this. Pro democracy protest erupt in Hong Kong. What isn't a surprise? One country, two systems, blah, blah, blah. 7 million people's promised privileges not for the Chinese citizens. However, Beijing is not always able to bargain. Uh, was this before or after Hong Kong got back from the UK to China itself? Because we all know how China works, all right? We all know how China works. Um, but but yeah, I don't. Uh, Again, the news is sort of something that you don't see or you don't remember much lot. Like I remember let's go back. I remember the first one. I remember a little bit of this, but I thought it was part of the being of the uh, Eurozone. I don't know the proper name for it. The Euro channel, whatever it is. Euro government. Then you have this, which I didn't know anything about. I know Greece has always had its issues. Like I think it went bankrupt like ages ago, or recession. Sorry, it recession years ago. Pro democracy for Hong Kong. Well, that's great. Let them keep fighting that one. Narendra Modi wins in India. Okay, so Modi was the one who was the prime minister for. Sorry, getting that tickle in the back of my throat. Ugh. Ah. Sorry. Oh man, there's that tickle in my back of the throat. Ugh. So Modi was the prime minister during when I believe President Trump was in office, and I believe they had a pretty good relationship. But I don't know too much about Modi himself because I don't care about politics at all. I mean, I know that kind of plays in the economy thing, but yeah, no. So I don't know too much about Modi. He's I can't remember. Negotiations on Iran's nuclear program stall. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh look at that. How things haven't changed. It'll either continue or be stalled. Once Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, moving on from that mess of a thing, negotiations more like uh, poop on a stick or something like that. I don't know. Oil prices crash, which I don't remember. I'm guessing that means when it goes to pinpoint, what goes up can come down. Okay, so they're saying it crash. Oh, Ebola. Ebola strikes West Africa. Oh no. I'm pretty sure that is. I apologize. I'm pretty sure that it is very dangerous. I don't know much about Ebola, but when you live in a very rural, very, I think, unhygienic place or less hygienic, sorry, less hygienic, Ebola and stuff like that will be a big thing. And I'm not really speaking on if I know much of any of this as on a scale. This is just stuff looking back at what happened like 10 years ago. What happened too long ago? I don't know. Ooh, number two, ISIS declares an Islamic caliphate. Ooh, I don't know what a caliphate means. I'll have to look that up. But ISIS was big guy top during that time. It seems like, and from what can remember, but like I looked big onto this. I just know they were being a bit annoying and they wouldn't stop doing what they're doing. So, you know how that goes. They're like the very loud neighbors that are a few streets down and everyone complains about them, but they just keep fighting in their territory like they're gonna win, and you know sometimes you just don't win. The Russia annexes Crimea and threatens the rest of Ukraine. I do remember the Russia Crimea thing. Very little. I don't know if they were trying to take it. I think that's what annexes mean. They tried to take it. Hold on. What is it? What does annexes mean? Ah, is it? No, I gotta share. I gotta share that and then share the Okay, so annex means to append or attach, especially to a large or more significant thing, to incorporate into an existing political unit as a country. Okay, so it seems like it was trying to incorporate Crimea into Russia. So it's trying to take it uh, to itself. Now I gotta go back one more time, kids. And that's pretty much it. Some of the stuff I don't remember much, but whatever. I am not too big on uh, big of hmm, 25 historic events. Okay, okay. This is, I don't know if they'll throw me off the air or not. Um, but let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. Ooh, okay. 25 historic events of 2014. Ooh. Now this, of course, is a newspaper, so take it with a grain of salt. But the first one, March extreme weather, which we just had not too long ago. Ours Canada unprecedented levels. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cold, extreme cold, like we just had not too long ago. Ugh. I don't like it. Sochi Winter Olympics, what I think is uh first in Russia. Okay, so it was the first Olympics in Russia. Almost everyone either loves or hates the Olympics, but this is probably the only sports thing I like is the Olympics. So I know it's not really anything new, but I'm giving my opinion, which is new. Aha. But yeah, Sochi. I didn't know that was a place in Russia. Sochi. I'm learning something new every day. 2014. I'm thinking it is the Winter Olympics. Okay. I gotta read after that. Um, Ukrainian crisis, blah blah blah. Like so, for 10 years, Ukraine has had its own issues, and they're now having this sort of different issues, but still in crisis. So wow. Of course, we saw the Malaysia Airlines. Is that no Malaysia? Never mind. Sinking of the South Korean ferry. Uh, Capsized. Oh wow, 476 people. That's a lot of people. As Trump would say, That's a lot. I don't know how to do the Trump voice. I'm not gonna even try. At this point in time, don't ask. Messy fish boats, whatever. So it's sort of like the lesser version of Titanic. Well, Titanic had thousands of people, so probably not even close. Rwandan genocide. I wonder if it has to do with that one movie with Don Cheadle was like the Rwanda Hotel or something like that. I wonder if that's what that means. But yeah, I don't remember that. A Nigerian schoolgirl's kidnapped. Oh, that's not good. Wait, does she have a soap? No, that's not soap. Never mind. They look pretty well for Nigerians. You'd think all Nigerians would be uh, less maybe poverty, more poverty-ish. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the other side of the world is like. Soma mine disaster. Now, there was the Chile mine disaster. I believe that was pretty big. I don't remember when that happened. And then there's another mine disaster. See, so mines, mines are not. I mean, back in the day in the U.S., you had coal mines and stuff, right? Mines other in the world too, digging up precious gems, materials, whatever. But the thing it is from mines, I feel like mines that have that open air thing where you're just going down like a pattern, a circle, whatever, instead of just having this, um, just a little small thing. You go down the elevator, you go down to this cable. Yeah, I think you have less. I would think you have less disaster if you have an open air mine rather than enclosed in the cave mine, because that, yeah, yep. Mm, oops, I am on the wrong screen. All right. Number 17, Iran's ever to say Asiatic cheetah from extinction. I bet you there's been more animals extinct than they've saved. And sadly, it was your died out. Uh, of only a few hundred. If there were only a few hundred, it's not too extinct. All right. That's more of like on moderate danger level. When it gets down to like maybe the double digits, you let me know. FIFA World Cup, who won? Brazil. Oh, Argentina won. Oh, wow. Germany won it after Germany host country. Okay. So is that Germany? Or, it looks like, and the semifinal defeating Argentina. Oh, so it was Germany? It seems like Germany won it. The Islamic State expansion, of course, ICE, all that stuff. That's the fun stuff, right? Learning about ISIS, Israeli, Gaza conflict. Oh, so Israel and Gaza have sort of been in conflict with each other for a long time. So what's happening now over there is nothing new. Uh, Over 2,000 people were, but the result is doubtful. Both sides claimed victory. Interesting. So really, nothing new under the sun here. Really. Oh, hailstorm in Russia. Oh, meteorological phenomena. It's not bizarre. It's the change of the weather. Come on, people. Get yourself in the game, all right? On July 12th, for example, the Russians held a large hail that suddenly came out of a heat wave over 100 degrees or 38 Celsius. Now, since it's Russia, they're going to go by 38 Celsius. And yes, I'm an American. I go by this. So, yeah, I don't know. Malaysian Malaysian airplane stop. So it's the same. It's a Boeing 77 MH17. This would have been weirder if it was the 307 that was missing, right? Like this, like the one that's missing, the 307 was actually shot down, but they just put it underneath a different name. That would have been interesting. Ebola. Yeah, we saw that Ebola. I don't know how dangerous Ebola is, but I'm not going to look it up because they always show some form of skin lesions or whoa. Well, yeah, I don't want to go that. Passengers lift train to free a man's leg. Whoa. Where is this one at? Australia. Oh, bloody down under. Look at them. All those Australians. There's also a few that might restore your faith in humanity. A man's leg got trapped between the train and platform. Oh, dear goodness. Holy crap. So it took everyone, almost everyone to pushing it to get his leg out, and they got his leg out, and it's like, all right, everyone. that's my Australian accent. It doesn't go well. Ferguson protests. Michael Brown and Ferguson. Oh, Ferguson's the name of the city, not the Michael Brown. I don't remember the Michael Brown one, but that kind of sucks. But then again, history isn't always clear on what truly happened. Ooh, supermoon. Yes, you've heard that right, kids. Supermoon. Supermoon has been a phenomenon for quite some time. Astronomy, often called Perigean full moon. Hmm. The supermoon from August is the largest moon in the year. The moon was just 221,765 miles away from the Earth. Ooh, so it was a little closer, but not by much. Oh, that's right. 2014 was the year Robin Williams passed. Man, actor. So I don't know if it's still. They had made a video about it long after about some sort of thing, something to do like high protein concentrate in the brain was killing him, and yeah, I don't know if the story is still the same that he, ended his life, but yeah. Oh man, that was horrible though, because if you know Robin Williams, he had his issues personally, but this man right here, he lit the world on fire with laughter. That's all I can say. Even me. So it's one of those things. Oh, that's right. George Clooney and Amal Alamuddin got married. Because for a long time, the ladies were in love with George because he was single, right? It's like who would end up with George Clooney? Who would end up with George Clooney? Well, I'm here to tell you, this lady did in 2014. Uh, she an English Lebanese human rights lawyer. Oh, oh, oh. Well, well. All right then. Hong Kong protest. I think that has to do with the thing in the last one. Yeah, Hong Kong. You live in China now. You've always been in China, but the English had a rule over you, and then they gave you back. So good luck with that. Oh, Mala Yousafzai. I think is that right? Said it wrong. Whether yeah, this was. I remember that. She's taking pain to close it. Yeah, she became big. She was like on billboards and stuff here in the U.S. And I think it was like the whole pass it on thing. Like you see Courage, pass it on, whatever. Yeah, she's on one of those billboards. Probably not anymore, as far as I could see. But yeah, she was pretty big. I didn't know she had been uh, knocked out in the head, but the things you learn, right? The things you learn. Spacecraft landed on a comet for the first time. Oh, is this the one where they're trying to uh, see, now there's a thing where NASA was trying to land one on a comet in order to destroy it, or at least knock it out of its off its orbit or whatever. I don't know if it's the same thing now. It says it's from the European agencies Rosetta, Philae, and return data from the surface. Interesting, interesting. But yeah, the NASA did their thing where it was sort of like in order to either destroy an asteroid uh, to knock it off. Because you never know when the next big one may come. Sydney Cafe Siege, huh? It was marked by the some Steve Meehan more Monis. Oh, oh. See, this is why back during when the ISIS and all this stuff was big, he pledges his sympathy to the Islamic State thing, and they just took over a cafe in Sydney, and bam, blam. Not good, not good. But I don't think they're as strong as much the ISIS. But you never know. There's always that comeback where they come back and they just take someone out. Um, oh, the Russian ruble. Now, for those who don't know, ruble is their form of currency, like ours is with the dollar, USD, and Japan's is with yen, and I think China's is with yen too, but I might be wrong. It might be something else, or the euro for the euro, whatever. Starts over here. Yoshi was stumbling. It is far more than 50% against the dollar. So the US dollar is what they're talking about. 50%. So whatever it was at whatever the US dollar was at. Oh, hold on. USD uh, price on 2014. No. What? I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. Never mind. But yeah. So, jeez, when your money, whatever country it is, starts to take a tumble, that's not the best way of things. It's not the best way. But yeah. Well, I mean, the U.S. dollar has tumbled itself and is still tumbling to some degree. So, and again, when I had that conversation with Jack Tarlad, the value the value of money, the value of monetary things is a belief. The valuation of it is a belief because you have to put belief to have value in it. Otherwise, if you don't believe there's any value of it, then the money itself is sort of pointless. So, and that's the thing. So, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what would happen if people stopped believing the USD was worth something. Then you'd really have a see and say, all right, stop sharing that. Take that off. Um, uh, and back to me. Back to you. No, back to me. No, back to you. No, back to me. I am a smart guy. Yeah, I wonder if there's something about tech in 2014 though. But yeah, it's just strange when you go back 10 years and you kind of look back at the stuff, right? Like I just chose 10 years out of the blue, like 10 years because 2024. And you see that some things don't change. The technology surrounding it may change, but the thing of it is it doesn't change very much. And it's an oddity for me when we feel like we are seeing something for the first time, but it's not much different. Like with the whole Gaza thing, right? Like the whole no, what was it? Towards the end of last year, we had the whole thing with Gaza, Israel, Gaza, and all this stuff, and yet you just saw right there in 2014, still the same issues, or they still had somewhat of the same issues where they're just having a fight with each other, and it's like, so if they were having a fight each other against each other then in 2014, and they're having one now, what's changed, right? Like what's changed other than just wanting to uh, beat each other, have a battle or something, like it doesn't make sense. It just feels like it hasn't changed much. And you know just think, go back 10 years, go back 20 years, see if things have changed much, right? Again, the technology, of course, like in 1990s we didn't have HD. We had like what was it, 4, I think 720 was the standard for high def, and then 480 was the regular. Like YouTube, I don't think YouTube was just starting out back then. I think it was starting out back then. And yeah, it's funny how things look different. Now, don't get me wrong, stuff can be erased from their sites, like the newspaper sites, whatever, but to go back and find that some things haven't changed much and they kind of repeat over to some degree. It's just, yeah, that's the weird thing. That's the weird thing that gets me. And I know I'm a nobody. I don't know politics. I don't really care. I don't care. Man, to some degree, you kind of have to care because your taxes and stuff, but I don't care in the sense of making it my life. It's just, yeah, it's just going back in the past, just going back and seeing what was going on during that time. And I think the biggest news out of all that was the Malaysia flight, because again we saw videos, what was it, towards the end of last year, where we had like these little dots circling around an airplane, and that was, maybe it was a different Malaysia flight, I don't remember, but it was a Malaysia missing flight, and maybe they could have gone to another dimension, I don't know. Maybe the government shot it down like that like that one below, and just gave it a different name. Look, guys, it was an accident. We're just call it something else, and then we're just gonna have our day. But what about my family? Well, we're sorry. the, the answer the government gives you when you're uh the answer your government gives you uh when it doesn't want to give you an answer. So, all right, let me do the one last thing, because I'm gonna get hiding a hole. I'm gonna stay on for a little longer. I didn't think I would get this far, but I guess I do kind of need to incorporate something to talk about to show you guys, because otherwise, just talking to you on camera like this is gonna get boring. You're like there he is again. He's just talking about nothing. Oh, great. My only thing is I don't want to. I'm trying to avoid getting copyrighted as much as possible, but I think if I just give my insight of what I remember on the event, if I can remember it, maybe that'll change things much. But I don't want to get into that struggle with YouTube or whatever about, oh, he didn't have free use, blah 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 blah, and lawyers and all this stuff. I'm just like, I'm just talking about what happened 10 years ago. Do you own 10 years ago? Are you still in contact with 10 years ago? Like 10 years ago, hello. we're calling to find out if you're still okay. We're just experiencing things now. Oh, really? Look, I got some news for you. You're not gonna like it. What is it? Uh, in 2 years' time, the world's gonna change. How so? Yeah, you may want. We're not gonna tell you how it's gonna change. We're just gonna let you know it's gonna change. Isn't that still a paradox? Look, I didn't have time to write this down. Okay, just. Oh goodness. Uh, Hold on. Nope, it's okay. I I kind of figured. Sorry, I'm replying back to the lady. Kind of figured you may not be able to come. So next time, then put a smiley face, because we wanted to show that we're not like or whatever. But I like to put a smiley face because uh, the emojis are great in the sense of like you can at least project an emotion or something like that, so they're not like left on blank, because you can't read emotion from words. You need that extra oomph. So emojis are great. Uh so, hey, if you can't pass up a good pay haul, don't pass it up. Not even for me. If you're gonna make a lot of money doing something else, and you're gonna come out with me, hey, you gotta pay your bills somehow, right? So anyway, to Vegas girl, I hope I have you on next time. And to everyone else who came on, obviously, thank you. I don't deserve anyone even watching me, but again, like I said earlier, I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying learning. I'm enjoying just having a conversation with just about anyone, because everyone has a different viewpoint of the world. Sorry. Everyone has a different viewpoint of the world, and they're going to have a difference on how against how you see things. Like, I say blue, they say red, whatever. That's what I'm aiming for, is that conversation of learning about how they view the world, that prism that they have in their head, in their heart, whatever, that prism that they have to view the world. I want to be able to um, hear about it, and maybe their story of life too, whatever. Because when do people, not big content creators, whatever, but when do people who enjoy watching a show or never thought they'd get a chance have the opportunity and come on and just say almost just about anything, right? Not everything, but anything. And I I want to be someone who offers that to just about everyone, because why not? Why not? Why what holds you back from wanting to come on to some weird dude with scruffiness on his face talking to you about almost anything, right? Like, well, what holds you back from that? I get if people are worried or whatever, or maybe they have stage fright or whatever, but I uh I just want to open the door for everyone wants to come in, for just about anyone to come in. I say that because I don't want like trolls and stuff. So though it's bound to happen, but anyway. So, but yeah, I like being. I would like to be that person that offers the door to anyone, because again, you see all these content creators. You see actors speaking to actors, right? You see YouTubers speaking to YouTubers, right? You see musicians speak to musicians. I just want to be the jack of all trades kind of person. Like, speak to musician, play the guitar, but I'm not really big of a musician. But we could talk about whatever within music or whatever. An actor, right? Even if it's just a slow time actor, big time actor, whatever. You know, that's the opportunity I want to be able to give others. Even if I'm not some big, huge, you know, content creator. So maybe one day I will. I'll keep pushing on this grindstone. I'll keep seeing where it takes me, but I'm just enjoying the ride for now. And regardless, regardless, even if I just ramble on, even if I just don't have very much of a say, maybe if I have to look things up and show you whatever, I still is a whole lot better than listening to the same troll about the same news point about whatever. Yeah, I could talk about the wall thing down there and how it's pretty mildly put it could be disastrous, but you already got like 100 other people talking about it, and mention it a bit. But what's important to you, right? Like what's important to you? You who sit across watching this, whether it be replay or now, what's important to you in your life? What do you deem worthy of your time and your attention, right? What's worth it to you? Because I think people forget, big or small, that there's something that everyone has that they feel is a, not a feeling, but it's a worth of, what is the value of my time? What will this lead to for me in bettering myself? Blah blah blah. The thousands of questions. As a child, we would always ask the question why, and even though we were given an answer, we'd ask more why. And as an adult, we just ask why, and sometimes we just accept answer or no answer. We don't dig deep, but digging deep also means questioning your existence, which is scary in itself, because once you question your existence, man, I I don't want to go down that road. And I've had some questions myself. But in any case, so on the bottom, you've seen the places to find me: Rumble, YouTube, Discord, at Daramuth. Leave a comment, add me as a friend, and we can talk. The Twitter X one at Vermouth.com, or Daramuth's Corner, as it's been changed a while ago. DM me. What have you got to lose, right? Opportunity awaits. I only opened up the door. So, uh, also, like most content creators, ask to better their standing in order to get more notice, right? So that I have more opportunities to talk with more people. If you wouldn't mind, please leave a like, a comment, a follow, all three, or one of either. Anything you do helps. Helps me get to talk to more people, and they get to talk to me. And we'll discover a treasure trove of the human mind. So, thank you all. I appreciate you all. Love you too, little man in the back. But I will see you next time. Like I said, next week I have two people, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. May have more, don't know. But I'll let you know when it happens. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.